Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another Suzuki Bandit 650 video. It's a long time since I was thinking about doing this video, and in this video I would like to share my opinion about older bikes, about bikes with carbs, about bikes that are just like this Suzuki Bandit 650. So these bikes are older, I mean older than 15 years mostly. This is a 2006 model. From 2005 till 2006 this model was still available with carbs and with air oiled cooled engine, and this is the latest with this kind of engine, I mean cooling. And I am just let's say thinking, why would one get such a bike today? And we are in 2024, and today bikes are very modern, fuel injected, with a lot of electronics, with a lot of gadget, with a lot of let's say modern stuff, you know. And this is just one of those bikes that it's an old school one, so without any modern electronics, without any modern gadgets. So basically this model has only ABS, and this is pretty much everything. So having just ABS, is it enough today? For me it is, but for you it's probably not. So I am gonna discuss a little bit what are those pros, I would say, those positive sides of owning or purchasing such a motorcycle. In this case, the Suzuki Bandit 650. Overall, like I said, this is a simple bike. It is a 4-cylinder, 4-stroke, producing 78 horsepower. And this is not a lot. It wasn't a lot in 2006 neither, but somehow it is a classic bike regarding the look, regarding the styling. It has a fairing, I mean it is half faired. What is the reason number one for one getting this bike is the simplicity. This is a simple engine. It is all air cooled, just like I mentioned, and you can do your own maintenance. Number two, the price. The price of these bikes today, it's quite low. So you can get one for 2,000, 2,000 and a half, even 3,000 euros. It really depends from the state, from the condition, from the look also. And it is quite easy to get one, because there are a lot of these bikes still running, and people are just selling them. So it is easy to get it, and the price is, let's say, low. It's cheap. The third thing, guys, the third thing is fuel consumption, maintenance cost, and let's say reliability. These three things are very, very important. So according to the statistics, according to those who had this machine, I can say that this is a very, very reliable machine. This particular model has more than 75,000 kilometers on the dash, and it's still running great. But I heard stories about those who have more than 200,000 kilometers, and their bikes are still running great. So a very, very reliable machine, and very, very simple to maintain. So the simplicity of maintaining this machine is in all things that one can do on his own. So this is the oil change, this is the brakes fluid change, this is the air filter change. In fact, to change the air filter, you just have to leave the fuel tank, and then you reach the air filter. It is not that easy, but you know, if you are doing for the first time, it is a bit complicated, but again, then second, third, you're gonna master it, you know, because you have only a few screws to undo, and this is all. Basically, I filmed a video about it, so those interested can check my video about changing the air filter and also oil filter and oil that time. So check it, guys. Otherwise, changing bulbs, I mean the front ones, the rear ones, I covered also those videos. You can check it all, and it's also very easy. Just you need a little bit of patience, that's all. Basically, you can do your own maintenance. I mean, almost everything. What it's a little bit more complicated, in my opinion, it's to adjust the valves, but these machines are very durable, and you know, this has 75,000 kilometers on the dash, and the valves are still stock. I mean, there was no need to adjust them. And also a little bit more complicated, it's to change the spark plugs, but this is just like you know, reaching the air filter and the fuel filter, that it's under the fuel tank. I mean, you have to remove the fuel tank, but this is basically it, guys. Some say that you can have a lot of problems with carbs, and this is true also in this case, but not in this particular case. I mean, not with this machine. So if you're using your motorcycle every day, I mean at least once per week, if you're riding it, if it's not sitting on the spot in the garage or somewhere else, the carbs will be fine, because there is let's say constant fuel going through them. They're in use, in operation, I would say, and this is something that it's required. So this one has still the stock adjustments of the carbs, and it runs very smooth. So just keep riding the bike, keep using it, and everything will be perfect. But to be honest, the thing that it's also a bit complicated, it's adjusting the carbs, and this is with the adjusting of the valves, just those two things that are a bit more complicated, but all other things are very, very simple maintenance, guys, really. So these bikes are also let's say not thirsty. They have carbs. If you are pushing them, they can drink, let's say, consume a lot, but mostly if you are riding according to the speed limits, there is a consumption like 4 to 5 liters per 100 kilometers. So I am doing right now with this one around 4.6 liters per 100 kilometers, and this is very, very economical considering the fact that this is a 2006 model. Let's continue, guys. What is also very important, this is a, let's say, learner appropriate bike. So those of you who just passed the driving or let's say riding license, I mean, this is a bike for you. It is a 4-cylinder. It gets the power high up in the range, in the rev range, but it is a smooth deliver of power, so it is not gonna surprise you. It pulls because it is a 4-cylinder, but otherwise you can get used to it very quickly. So these bikes are, let's say, user friendly, and that's why I call them learners bikes. So Another thing that I would like to really point out is that you can still get parts. This is very important because there are some older bikes, there are some nice bikes that are here around, but they are not so frequent. They are, let's say, an endangered species, and in that case you cannot get parts, you know. So right now for this bike I can get any part that I would need because it is so well known, it is so widespread. Another thing, guys, it's the comfort of this machine. This is not a very comfortable bike, but still the seat, it's soft. The amount of the seat for the passenger and for the rider, it's appropriate. So you can even go touring with this one. You can fit the luggage system. You can have the top case just like me, and you still can mount the tank bag. So this is a very travel friendly motorcycle, I would say. And one thing more, and this is also let's say important thing, is that it is half faired. So those of you who have some problems or would like to have a bit of fairing, this is a great thing, because with this fairing I didn't encounter any buffeting. So it is low, I see it, it is low. I get some wind on my shoulders and here around the helmet, but it's not it's not buffeting, you know, it's not buffeting, and that's why it is very good in my opinion. So the throttle response, it's also one of those things that I would like to point out. It is soft. This is a carbs bikes. These carbs bikes are let's say very soft in the let's say power delivery. I mean the 600-650 range. So when you open, it is not jerky. It is not. It's smooth, you know. It's smooth like butter, you know, guys. And this is something that it's very appropriate for a beginner. What I would like to mention right now, it's also that this bike, it's a simple one in terms of let's say gadgets, in terms of electronics, basically just ABS. So this has a dual channel ABS, and this is also one of the most important let's say factors for getting one. Those that are new riders really need ABS in my opinion, but also older riders like me and like you probably, because it is a safety feature, you know. Having the ABS can save you almost in any case, you know, when you have to do a sudden stop, you know, you just pull the lever hard and it kicks in. So this is a very cool feature, but it has only ABS. Otherwise, under the seat storage, there is a little bit of under the seat storage. Still better to have it than being without. You can put the first aid kit inside, and I don't know, one of those things that it is really important regarding this machine, it's that it is very stable. So also for those of you who would like to have a bit heavier bike and a stable bike, this is the one to go for. It is more than 200 kilos. In fact, it is 224 kilograms wet weight, and this is just cool on the highway, and the wind is not bothering, you know, you when riding. So a cool thing. But in the same time, it is heavy, you know, when you will have to move it on a parking lots and in the garage or somewhere else. It is heavy, to be honest. But In this video I am just mentioning those positive sides. Why would one get such a bike? So let me summarize these things right now quickly. The price, the handling, just like I said, because of the weight, the simplicity of the engine. Then let's continue, the wind protection, then the comfort of the ride, luggage options, and many more, guys. So I just got this bike because it was a great opportunity to get it, but in the same time I just like the styling, I like the look, I like the engine, the sound. So I mean, everything is cool about the bike. It is just not so very nimble, it is not just so modern, it is not just perfect like any bike. We know bikes are not perfect, and to me it is also a kind of nostalgia, you know, because there are an endangered species still available, but in the same time an endangered species, because today bikes are fuel injected, bikes are modern, bikes are let's say digital in any single aspect, and this is a mechanical one, this is a historical one in this regard, and this is also, or this was also, the reason why I got it. Otherwise I have to say that these bikes are gonna be vintage bikes after 30 years. So if you are thinking of getting one, you can get one for a fair price. So having such a machine, it can be also an investment. It is not that these Japanese bikes will have a very high price, you know, but still, in my opinion, they will keep the price. So if you have a well-maintained Suzuki Bandit 650, you will keep the price, in my opinion. So you're not gonna lose, at least not a lot, and this is why this is also a good reason, if you like such a bike, to get one. These were my thoughts about why would one get a Suzuki Bandit 650, I mean the Carbs model. So this was just my thinking, not really a well organized, let's say, thoughts, just like I had them in my head. I hope that you enjoyed, I hope that you had fun. Please do me a favor and subscribe, it helps me a lot. Thanks for watching, and till the next one.